Come on, everybody. You are on the channel for English for Biology majors, which is brought to you by Tzu University's Susan Ye. We hope after you learn this class, you will think biology is fun and to read biology book is piece of cake. Let's go, yay! Hello everyone. We are going to learn all the prefixes for color in lesson 5. This lesson is taught in 3 parts. In the first part, we will learn the prefixes regarding to the color of the rainbow. However, we still need to review what we've learned last time. For prefix describing more but not very many, we have oligo, O-L-I-G-O. For prefix that describing many, we have 2 prefixes, poly, P-O-L-Y, and multi, M-U-L-T-I. When we want to talk about half, we have 3 prefixes, demi, D-E-M-I, hemi, H-E-M-I, and semi, S-E-M-I. For simple or single, we have H-A-P-L. For double, we have diplo, D-I-P-L-O, and G-E-M-I-N. For more, which is used to describe the ability or shape, we have pleo, P-L-E-O, and pluri, P-L-U-R-I. And we also introduce the word totipotent, meaning this organism or this cell has all the ability. Now let's move to lesson 5. The prefix for color red, we have 3 prefixes. Eraso, E-R-Y-T-H-R-O, rhodo, R-H-O-D-O, and rubro, R-U-B-R-O. Let's look at a few examples. Erythrocyte. Erythrocyte, also called red blood cell. They are the most common type of blood cell and the vertebrate's principal means of delivering oxygen to the body tissue. Erythrocyte going by the blood flow through the circulatory system. The cytoplasm of erythrocyte is rich in hemoglobin, which is an iron-containing biomolecules that can bind oxygen, and hemoglobin is responsible for the red color of these cells. For the prefix erythro, we have one more example. Erythroblast. What is a erythroblast? Erythroblast is a type of red blood cells that still has a cell nucleus, like this orthochromatic erythroblast or polychromatic erythroblast. Sometimes erythroblast is regarded as the immediate precursor of a normal erythrocyte. So in that way, maybe only orthochromatic erythroblast can be called erythroblast. But we use this term a little bit loosely, so you can see we have basophilic. Basophilic means base-loving erythroblast, and we have polychromatic erythroblast, and we have also chromatic erythroblast. For rhodo, R-H-O-D-O, we have one example, rhodopsin. See, the pronunciation changes because the suffix that's attached to it. Rhodopsin is a light-sensitive receptor protein involved in visual perception. Rhodopsin has a pinkish color, and that's why it is named rhodopsin, because R-H-O-D-O in Greek, it means rose, rose red, and the suffix opsin, opsin, also comes from Greek. It's written as opsis in Greek, means sight. For prefix rubro or rubr in this example, because the suffix it was connected, it changed to I and become rubricide. Rubricide, like this polychromatic erythroblast in the figure, it is a immature red blood cell that has a nucleus. It's about half of the size of developing red blood cell, and it has cytoplasm that stands erratically blue, purplish, and gray because it has hemoglobin. So that's why it gets this name, rubricide. We finished the prefixes for red. Now let's review what we've learned for prefixes describing red. We have erythro, E-R-Y-T-H-R-O, rhodo, R-H-O-D-O, and rubro, R-U-B-R-O. Now let's see the prefixes for color yellow. For color yellow, we also have three prefixes: FLAV, LUTE, and XANTH. Let's see some examples for these prefixes. For FLAV, we have this example of flavoenzyme. There's an O between FLAV and the enzyme. Enzyme is a molecule that's able to catalyze reactions in living system. For pronunciation, we add O between this prefix and this suffix. So we have flavoenzyme. Flavoenzyme is an enzyme that containing a flavin nucleotide. Most of the time, it will either be flavin adenine dinucleotide, which is abbreviated as FAD, or it will be flavin mononucleotide, which is abbreviated as FMN. Any protein connected with FAD or FMN are considered to be a flavoenzyme. One example is this enzyme, which is called monoamine oxidase A. It has a flavin nucleotide inside its protein, so it is a flavoenzyme. Our next example for LUTE and XANTH is lutein or xanthophyll. This compound, lutein, or sometimes we call it xanthophyll, it is one of the 600 known naturally occurring carotenoids. It is synthesized only in plants. Like other xanthophylls, it can be found in high quantities in green leaf vegetables such like spinach, kale, and yellow carrots. In green plants, the function of xanthophyll is to modulate light energy to protect chloroplasts from sunburn during photosynthesis. In the recent year, it was found that lutein or xanthophyll is good for the eye. So you can see in the drugstore, they sell vitamins supplemented with xanthophyll, or sometimes they use the term lutein to impress you because lutein sounds more technical in some way. Let's review what we have learned for the prefix yellow. We have FLAV, LUTE, and XANTH. Now let's move on the prefixes describing green. For green, we have only one prefix, that's chloro, CHLORO. Let's look at the example. Chloroplasts are organelles in plant and algal cells specialize in percepting sunlight and doing photosynthesis. Their discovery inside plant cells is usually credited to Julius von Sachs. He is a very influential botanist and the author of standard botanical textbooks. And Sachs, sometimes we call him the father of plant physiology. Chloroplast has 3 layers of membranes: outer membrane, inner membrane, and the thylakoid membrane. For color blue, we have 1 prefixes: cyano, C-Y-A-N-O. Let's look at the example. Cyanobacteria. This is cyanobacteria under a microscope. Cyanobacteria, also sometimes called green-blue algae, but green-blue algae actually is a misnomer because cyanobacteria are prokaryotic, but algae usually is regarded as eukaryotic organisms. The name cyanobacteria comes from the color of the bacteria. It is blue because the photosynthetic pigment they use mainly absorb green and yellow light. Therefore, they appeared blue. For purple, we have 1 prefix, that's porphyro, P-O-R-P-H-Y-R-O. We have 1 example, Porphyromonas. Porphyromonas. What is a porphyromonas? It is a bacteria live in your mouth. If your oral cavity is healthy, it will look like this. If porphyromonas live inside your oral cavity, it will produce what we call a periodontal disease, and then your gum will look reddish or purplish. So that's why it is called porphyromonas. Okay, and the suffix monas means bacteria that exist in individual cell form. They don't form chains or groups. Porphyromonas belongs to the phylum Bacteroidetes, and it is a non-motile, gram-negative, rod-shaped, anaerobic pathogenic bacteria. So if you have porphyromonas in your oral cavity, which is really a bad news, we need to brush our teeth every day to keep our teeth healthy and free from porphyromonas as best as we can. We finished the first part of lesson 5. Now let's review what we've learned from this part of lesson. For red, we have 3 prefixes: Erythro, E-R-Y-T-H-R-O, Rhodo, R-H-O-D-O, and Rubro, R-U-B-R-O. For yellow, we also have 3 prefixes: F-L-A-V, and L-U-T-E, and X-A-N-T-H. For green, we have 1 prefix: Chloro, C-H-L-O-R-O. For blue, we also have only 1 prefix: cyano, C-Y-A-N-O. For purple, there's only 1 prefix, that's porphyro, P-O-R-P-H-Y-R-O. Next time when we come back, we'll see more prefixes about color. See ya! Bye! English for Biology Major is brought to you by TCU's English for Biology Major course team. If you have any questions, don't forget to visit our FB fans page. The website is here, and you can also scan the QR code to reach to our FB fans page. This course is sponsored by Centers for Faculty Development and Instructional Resources of TCU.